this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now, I am still at Sun Motors BMW. Just got done with my review of the M240 down there, but now I'm taking a look at the car with the same engine, but this is an X4 m40i. This has a 3-liter straight 6 turbo, 355 horsepower, 365 foot-pounds of torque. Now, this is sort of like the performance version and the cousin to the X3 that I drove, because the back styling is a little bit different and the rear end is a lot more aggressive than an X3. But yeah, this car sounded amazing and just did a cold start. Here's how that sounds right now. But yeah, this car sort of has car bloggers sort of confused, because it's like it sacrifices some space in the back right there because the roof line is sloping, but it has so much power and it's so much fun to drive. So it's like, why they say, why does this car even exist? Well, I'll tell you why. Because people want it. People want SUVs and people want performance SUVs. So this is it. Now, BMW later this year in 2018 is coming out with a full-blown X4. There's going to be an X3M and an X4M. Now, I don't know what the specs are going to be for that, but I would assume somewhere in the neighborhood of 450 horsepower. I'm not sure. It's just they haven't released it yet. So let's take a look at this bad boy. About the styling of the X4 m40i, and we have to start back here in the rear end. Now, this is where the departure and the design language is way different than the X3, okay? So just to start, the taillights are so different. Now, this is what the new 3 Series taillights are going to look like. They're doing it more like a slim design as opposed to the design that just sort of is bigger. It's just a nice slim design. The taillight is right here and the reverse lights are right there. But yeah, just looking at the exterior. Now, when I drove the X3, you know, it's normal that it just comes up and down, and this is the I guess you could say this is the badass cousin to the X3. But yeah, you've got a nice little spoiler right here, just sort of dual pane right there, and you've got the bigger trunk lid, the BMW Randall in the middle. But yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know what type of person would buy this car. Obviously, you want an SUV to have a little bit of space, but then there's not really that much compared to an X3. But I guess if you like a fast crossover, this would be the one to get. Until this is the performance version, until the full-blown X4M comes out. So let's take a look. Oh, also look at these pipes. These pipes are huge. Got one there, dual exhaust right there. There's your camera. There's the M40i badge. Now, moving around to the side, you've got the M Sport brakes, you've got the M badge on the wheels. Now, this is sort of a M badge or M car light, I guess you could say, but you still got 355 horsepower. Now, just if you look from here over, it just looks like a normal X3. Only until you get back there that the styling dips a little bit. So coming around, you've got some vents here for the brakes. You've got blue M Sport calipers, which are gorgeous. I love the look of that. I can't imagine what a full-blown M carbon ceramic would look like. That'd be awesome. But yeah, you've got sort of like a silver mirror cap. Now, the other departure from the X3 is that these badges kidney grills are way bigger. And I honestly like it. It fits in with the design of this car. Just a little bit more ostentatious, a little bit more aggressive, but this front end is so aggressive looking. I mean, look at these intakes and the design here. Look at these headlights. Looks really good. I mean, BMW has gone away with the pure circles for the headlights, and now they just sort of are like 60% of the circle. But yeah, it looks really good when they're on. I don't know what you call this finish, but it's almost like a like almost like a really light gold color. I think it looks really nice. I didn't really notice that at first, but that would be the same color that is on the mirror caps right there. So yeah, this car looks pretty good in black. But yeah, overall, I mean, nowadays crossovers are so many. We have so many crossovers from each company that this is sort of a niche that needed to be filled, that BMW thought, and hey, give it a big ass 6-cylinder engine. Alright, now just like I did with the M240, this looks exactly the same because it is the same engine. This is a 3-liter inline 6, 355 horsepower. Now, one thing I appreciate, that when I just open this trunk, when you hit the trunk button on the inside, there's no latch or anything you need to find. You just pick up the thing in the middle and it goes up. So yeah, this is the heart of the beast. 355 horsepower. This car will go 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. In a car that is this small, I mean, it's not a small crossover. It's mid-size, I guess you'd say. But yeah, all right, let's go on the inside and take a look. All right, going into the inside of the X4. Now, just like the M240, you've got nice m40i kick plates here. You've got a nice little kick plate down there. Now, this silver trim on the inside is so nice. You've got an X right there. I think the X3 had the same thing. Now, the one thing this car has is beautiful red stitching on the seats. I mean, look at that. You've got the little M colors right there. Now, this looks familiar. It looks similar to how the X3 was that I just drove a few weeks ago. But yeah, you've got heated steering wheel, nice silver trim everywhere on the doors. You've got the nice red stitching again on the doors. That is such a nice touch. A little bit of colored stitching goes a long way. Same thing up here. Same iDrive 6.0, same 10-inch screen right here. Now, I don't think the X3 that I drove had this sort of piano black finish, but I really like it. I think it's a nice touch. I hope that wouldn't get scratched too easily. Down here you got an M little badge right here. Got the same thing as the X3. That is huge. That'd be nice to cover that up. And there's a paper clip, but hey. Anyway, this, you've got a wireless charging mat right here. But yeah, so this has all these safety bits that the X3 had, although on the dash here it says M40i, which the X3 that I drove does not have. So let's start this thing up. Alright, I just did a cold start before this thing, and my god, it sounded good. So let's just see if it sounds as good when you turn it on after you've driven it a little bit. So here we go. That sounds so good. Oh man, I like it. Alright, so the BMW xDrive controller is down here like it's always been. Now if you go into menu, I have an idea. So we're going to go to media, and we're going to go to let's go shade 45. Now we're going to turn it up. Now watch this. If I put my finger in front of the car and I go like this, the volume goes up. How cool is that? That is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Wow, let's try that again. Wow. So the volume goes up. This is called gesture control. Alright, I love this song too, by the way, Eminem. That is honestly one of the coolest things I think I've seen in a car. Wow. Now that's BMW's famous gesture control, but that is the first time that I've ever experienced that, and wow, that is cool. That is a nice feature. So yeah, alright, let's go in the back seat and see how that feels. Alright, jumping into the back seat. Now you've got the same red stitching that we had in the front seat. If I'm sitting here, I'm 6 feet tall. I don't have very much room, honestly, and the roof goes back from there. But listen, if you buy this car, you're aware of the rear cargo. I mean, you may not have any kids. You could be a dink, you know, a double income, no kids. But yeah, it's not very roomy back here, but who cares, okay? You know what you're getting when you buy this car. You got the same leather, the nice stitching on the seats. You got the same stitching and silver on the door. You've got a massive panoramic sunroof back here. That is huge. You got the screen down there. You control your heat and air. So yeah, I don't know, it's a little tight. Who cares? Now let's go to see the trunk. Alright, so we're gonna open the trunk now. This is the same touch as Mini did. You open the BMW Randall, pull up. So look, I mean, that's big. It's nice and deep. You've got plenty of space. It's just you won't be able to have anything as tall as like the X3 that I drove. Who cares? It's fine. It's a trunk. You can put your golf clubs in there. You could put your suitcases in there for over the weekend. It's not that bad. I honestly don't know how much less cargo capacity it has than the X3, which I will flash on the screen right here. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. You'll deal with it once you hit the gas pedal and you go 0 to 60 in 4.6. So we've got a button right here. We're gonna close it up. Alright, so now I'm going to take this X4 M40 out on the road. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Got lots of good BMW and other car content coming, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Okay, so the Gem score for the BMW X4 M40i. Now, somehow I lost my clips when I was driving this car, so that's why I'm doing it on this video. So as far as sound, I gave this car an 8. I think it sounded really good. Styling, I gave it a 7. Just the back roof line that slopes a little bit maybe gives it a 7. But overall, I think it's a decent looking car. Performance, I gave it an 8. I mean, this car goes 0 to 60 in like 4.5 seconds. Lots of horsepower, 355. So I think that's pretty fair. Now, as far as price, I gave this a 6. The Mercedes equivalent is about the same price, but still it's a lot of money for a car that, you know, is not the biggest, doesn't have a huge amount of space. Comfort, I gave it a 7. The leather was nice. Don't give it an 8 just because it's sort of mid-size. If it had lots of room in the back, it'd be a little higher. Interior, also gave it a 7. You know, nice materials, nice fit and finish, so I think that's pretty fair. Fun factor, I gave it an 8. I mean, this car was a hoot to drive. I wish I could have shown you the clips. I may go back and drive this someday, but I say it's an 8. So the overall score is a 51. I don't have much to base this off of as far as a comparison. The Stelvio Quadrifoglio was a 57, which I like the interior better. It was way faster, but that's sort of in another level above, almost like an X4M would only compete with this. So 51 is solid. So that is the Gem score.